Welcome back to my channel, Mostly Paper Crafts, and in today's video I'm going to introduce you to my friend Jaime and I's yearly tradition of Craftsmas. Craftsmas, of course, is a made-up holiday for us, usually occurs right around Christmas, and it's an excuse for us to get together, have a weekend-long slumber party, craft, eat snacks, and just laugh. Spend some time together, take a break from the real world, be creative, and just catch up because we don't always get to spend that much time together. So even though it's May, we're doing Craftsmas now. Because of COVID, everything got pushed back, and I really wanted to share this tradition with you in case maybe you and your girlfriends want to start celebrating Craftsmas too. My friend Jaime is on her way now, and I have the room set up for us. She gets her own little table, her own little mat. We've got a little bit of decor. She gets a trash can. And we'll rotate this table around if we decide to watch TV later. Sometimes we like to put Parks and Rec on in the background or the Making It show on NBC. I've got some snacks over here. The beverages are in the fridge, of course. I've got a stack of projects I want to work on. And of course, I cleaned up the room. It's gonna be messy by the end of the day tomorrow, but wanted us to have a clean slate to start with. Luke Bryan is asleep on my chair as usual. It's about 7 a.m. on Saturday morning now, so it's the next day, and I didn't end up recording any videos of us working yesterday. It just didn't feel natural. It didn't feel quite right, so I'm gonna try to get some video of us in action today. But just to give you an idea, Jamie's been working on this paint by number and some adorable cactus embroidery. I went through some stamps that were gifted to me, and I stamped all of these out. There are quite a few here. It took me a few hours and decided which ones I want to keep and not keep. Oh boy, that's a very small not keep pile, so I'm gonna need to go through this a second time. I was making these stars for myself and a friend as a gift, but I'm not happy with how they're coming out, so I think I'm going to scrap that and start again on another day. We did take a few minutes, and we both have these neck massagers that you sling over your shoulders, so we did that, did a little pampering, and I was working on doing some coloring from my latest Hero Arts kit. Oh, here are the pages you can see where I was stamping out all of those images just to see if they give a nice print, see if I like them. This brings me a lot of joy. It's fun for me just to stamp them out, and sometimes just stamping them out once is all I need, and then I can move on, get them to a new home. Yeah, there's quite a few here. But for any of you rubber stampers out there, I know you know what I'm talking about. The joy of this actual just stamping. This one is my favorite, this big one, so that one will definitely be kept. As for the rest of them, I have some decisions to make because I have finite space here. We did eat a lot of snacks. We had dinner from P.F. Chang's, and today's gonna be more of the same.
Hi, I'm Jaime. I am excited to get to be here today. And I've been friends with Hannah for 13 years, and we started this tradition of Craftsmas, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, because you don't get to do stuff like this on the regular. And it's important to slow down a little bit and take time for the things that you really enjoy. And I really enjoy being with my friends, and I really enjoy being creative. And it's different than being creative on your own. You get to feed off of each other's creativity and think up ideas together and get excited about things together. And aside from all the crafty part of it, which is just great, I don't know, just getting to spend time together for 2 whole days or 3 whole days, you know, and you get to talk about things that you don't normally get to talk about, that you don't have time to unpack, or You get to relax and unwind in ways that you don't have time to do or don't make time to do regularly. So I think that's why I love Craftsmas the most, is just getting to dig into life and creativity beyond the regular. So hopefully you guys get a chance to plan something like this for yourself soon.
One thing that I really love about our Craftsmas tradition is that we keep it really low key and flexible and low pressure. We take breaks from crafting. We went for a walk. We would stop for meals. We watched a movie. We would just stop and chat about life. We listened to a lot of music. So the crafting is sort of the reason that we're getting together, but it's really just about us and about our friendship.
Okay, so I'm working on my little Succulent embroidery series. This is the one I just finished up. And I am thinking of a series of 3. I drew this pot with like a barrel cactus in mind, but it didn't really work out. So I decided to put this spiky plant in there. And then this barrel cactus is working. Hannah had the idea to do a lower, that's why it helps to have other people with you, to have a lower succulent. So I'm working on this one now, and it's gonna be a little more from the side and have this little flower up here and the little spines that come down this way. I'm gonna have to use a couple different colors of thread, but I think it's gonna work out really good. I'll show you when it's done.
Right now, I'm working on some good luck charms for bingo. We're gonna go play bingo with some friends tomorrow. So I picked out these champagne corks and a bunch of little embellishments, and I'm thinking some of these might be hair or hats, and I've got a lot of googly eyes, but lots of like little trinkets and things, and I want to personalize them and make them wacky, and I'm just super excited to work on this little project. I finished my little bingo good luck charms. So I used a variety of fluffy things, give these little guys some character and some charms. So they each have a little accessory, and I'm excited to give these to my friends tomorrow when we get to the bingo hall. I think they'll be surprised, to say the least. But these are really fun, and I got to just be silly and creative. And Jaime even made one. Check this out. It's got a little power pose with the arms there. All right, here's how far I got this time on this project. This one had already been done before, and these 2 I finished up this weekend. I think this one's my favorite. I really like the shadowing behind here and the way the bowl turned out. And then you finish them off on the back, and I'll put some wooden discs here just to make them really nice and sort of finished looking. And then this is next on deck. I just didn't get to it this time, but I think they're super cute and I'm happy with them. So the other thing I'm working on this weekend is a painting, and I don't know if you're like me, I like painting, but I'm not the greatest at it. I haven't had a lot of practice, and so I found this thing on Amazon and I tried it on a whim, and my first one turned out so good, so I asked for another one for Mother's Day, and I'm working on it now. So it looks like a hot mess right now, but it's a paint by number that is customized. And so I sent in a picture of our family's hands, and they messed with it to make it sort of, it's not pixelated, but chunks of color. And then their computer program breaks it into a whole thing that tells you what numbers to paint where. It's also printed on the canvas, so it makes it really easy. The paper's more just for helping you if you kind of paint over a number, or towards the end it gets a little tricky. And then they send you all the customized colors that are number coded, and you just, I have to start at 1 because that's how my world works. And you just work your way up, or however you want to do it. So I don't know, not quite halfway done, and maybe I'll send a picture to Hannah when I get all finished. But it's really cool. I got it on Amazon, and you can send in any picture that you want. So, you know, try it out. It's really fun. Okay, so one little tip, I don't know if you're like me, but when I am crafting, I really get thirsty. I end up with a lot of drinks like this.
And it can get really tricky because your paint water could get in the mix. This is my paint water, but it definitely looks like a drink. And if you're not thinking about it, you might just take a swig and that's nasty. So one little tip is to keep a paintbrush in there upside down so that it doesn't ruin the end of the tip of the brush. Just to remind yourself, this one's not for drinking.
My Craftsmas tips for you are plan ahead of time so that you can look forward to the event. If it's a month or more out on the calendar, then it's something for you and your friend to look forward to and plan all the details. And we all know the anticipation and planning is most of the fun of an event anyway. So especially if you're gonna make it a yearly or a semi-annual thing, plan it ahead of time so that you have something to look forward to. The second tip is to get your spouse or significant other on board. Jaime was obviously here at my house, so her husband was taking care of the kids and the family. And then here, Jared was really taking care of meals for us, and he was taking care of the pets. And it just relieved me of some of that responsibility so that I could just relax. My next tip is to come up with a loose plan of what you want to work on. I've made the mistake in the past where I'm like, I don't know, I'll just work on whatever comes up, and then it's hard to get started. So if you have at least a list of things that you might want to work on, give yourself some options, give yourself some flexibility. That helps for a more creative atmosphere. We're getting a little bit older, so it was really important to us to listen to our bodies and take naps when we needed to, take walks when we needed to, eat, just get out of the room. And you don't want to stifle your creativity by just locking yourself in the room for the whole weekend. I mean, unless you do, it's your deal. For us, we like to take some breaks. And finally, I think it's fun to come up with little traditions and things that you repeat every time that you do the event, because it just helps build those memories, and it builds and strengthens your friendship, your relationship, and it gives you something to laugh about and to talk about the next time you get together for your little crafting holiday.
All right, well, I'm all packed up, and that's a wrap on Craftsmas 2020 redo. And now we get to start counting down to Craftsmas 2021.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration to create a crafty holiday of your own. And until next time, go make something beautiful.
Bye.